Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we are going to take lesson 102, fraction of a whole. Look at these shapes and tell me if they are a fraction or not a fraction. The first shape is triangle. Is it a fraction? No. Why? Because it doesn't have equal parts. It doesn't have an equally parts. Okay, shape number 2, fraction or not? Yes, fraction. Number 3, no, not a fraction. Number 4, yes, a fraction, because they are divided into 2 equal parts. Number 5, no. Number 6, yes. Okay, what is a fraction? A fraction is equal parts of the whole object. So fraction is equal parts of the whole object. Here I have one whole circle. I divided it into 2 equal parts, half and half, 1 half and 1 half. Okay? If I have one whole and divided it into 2 equal parts, then I took one of 2. So how can I represent this fraction? If I took one of 2, how can I represent this fraction? Yes, excellent. It will be 1 half. Okay? At the top, now we have a number which is called numerator. Numerator. That tell us how many fraction pieces I have. Then we have between them a line called a fraction bar. So we have first numerator, then the fraction bar, which is a line between the numerator and the denominator. Then we have at the bottom a number which is called a denominator that tell me how many equal fraction pieces all together. So again, I have a fraction contains of 2 numbers and 1 fraction bar. The first number is the numerator that tells me how many fraction pieces I have. Then second, we have our fraction bar, the line that is between the denominator and the numerator. Then we have the denominator that tell me how many equal fraction pieces all together. So denominator is the total number and numerator is the fraction pieces I have. Okay, here numerator is part and denominator is the total. Denominator, it represents down. Denominator down. Denominator down. So we write the number down. DD. Okay, numerator never down. Numerator never down. It's up. Okay, now we are going to see different fractions with each shapes. Okay, so we have here one whole circle which is not divided into any part. So it represents 1, which is one whole. Second one, we have a circle that is divided into 2 equal parts, 1 half and 1 half. This shape represents 2 halves. Another one, this circle is divided into 4 equal parts, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. By the way, it represents 1/4 or 1/4. Both of them are right. So how many quarters we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, excellent. 4 quarters. The last one. Here I divide my circle into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. So each part represents, excellent, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. So it's represent 3/3. 3/3. Here we have the half. The half. Okay, let's see. Here I have one whole which is divided into 2 equal parts. So each part will represent, excellent, half. So here 1 half and here 1 half. Another one, this circle is divided into two equal parts, but horizontally. So each part will represent 1/2 and 1/2. Here we have another shape. I can divide it into two equal parts. Here 1/2 and 1/2. Another shape, I can divide it horizontally to form two equal parts, 1/2 and 1/2. So each of these shapes is divided equally into two halves. Each half is a part of a whole. Each half is part of the whole. Each half is read as 1/2. 1/2. Here we have the quarter. I will divide my circle into four equal parts. Each part represents 1/4. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Here I have this rectangle divided into four equal parts. Each part represents 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4, and last one 1/4. So each of these shapes is divided equally into 4/4 or 4/4. Both of them are right. If I said 4/4, it's equal to 4/4. Each fourth is read as 1/4. 1/4 equal 1/4. Then we have the third. I have a circle here, one whole circle. I can divide it into three equal parts. Each part will represent 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Let's see the rectangle. How can I divide it into three equal parts? Each part will represent 1/3 of the whole rectangle. 1/3, 1/3. So each of these shapes is divided equally into 3/3. Each third is read as 1/3. Here I have large fraction chart. My first circle is divided into two equal parts, 1/2 and 1/2. My number of equal parts, how many equal parts I have? Just only two. So my fraction inwards will be the shaded part only. I will read the shaded part only. So I have 1/2. The second one, my circle is divided into four equal parts. 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4 and 1/4. Okay, number of equal parts equal. Yes, they are 4. So I have 4 equal parts. How many shaded parts? Just only one. So the fraction inwards, the shaded part only, which is 1/4. The third one, yes, my circle will be divided into 3 equal parts. Okay, 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. How many equal parts I have? 3. How many shaded parts? 1/3. And my vocab, denominator, numerator, and fraction bar. Thank you.